Hey, it's Sarah from isweariamstitching. Today is the day after my son's birthday. It is March 30th, 2024, and this is episode 92. This is Flosstube, where I talk about cross stitch. I also knit and sew. There's no knitting, there's some sewing. Thanks for stopping by. We are at the tail end of March Stitchy Madness, so that's exciting. For me anyways. I have some finished objects, but they play into March Stitchy Madness, so I'll brain fart, talk about those when I get to those parts of March Stitchy Madness. But I did have two sewing finishes that I didn't show because they were presents that I wanted to be surprises for people, and they got them, so I will show you what I sewed past week and a half ago, maybe. So for my friend Steph of Total Stitch Show, I sewed her, these are all both FPP foundation paper piecing. I sewed her Mario mushroom bag. This side's just red like his mushroom cap. Look how cute he is. It's totally washed out. His face is a different color than the white of the spots on his mushroom cap. And then for my friend Stephanie, she loves daffodils, so I made her, good gosh, look at, is this good for you? Look at my fingers go. Woo. Okay, I made her a daffodil bag, FPP daffodil bag. I took a picture of it. Where is it? I'm so sorry, you guys. Oh, that's totally washed out. The background is a really pretty green. She sent me a picture of it. I wonder if her picture looks better on the chat. Oh yeah, her picture's much better. The green. That one was the first FPP pattern I've done that wasn't like, the mushroom was done in like every other FPP pattern I've done is done in sections, and then you join the sections. This was just one big ass FPP piece, which kind of sucked because it made it a little unwieldy under my sewing machine, and it meant I couldn't use, part of the fun of FPP for me is using small scraps. I couldn't use small scraps because like the leaves are like this long and then folded at angles, so I had to use like big pieces. So it turned out great and I love it, but not my favorite. I'll link to the side or down below, wherever that box, the description box is these days, where I got those FPP patterns. And then I'm working on one more, which I can't show. And since I'm doing sewing, might as well knock the sewing out, get it done and over with. I finally started my Moda Love layer cake quilt. I don't have a picture of it, so let me just, it's basically, yeah, that. Well, that's not that. What is that? That is not. There you go, okay. that pattern. And so I finally got all my squares cut. And these are the background colors. And I finally made the half square triangle box. As you can see, I hate white, so I'm not doing white. I'm doing gray, because I almost always do gray as a background. I just prefer gray. So here's all the blocks, and I just have to, I don't have a design wall, so I can't put them up and see what the placement is that I like. So I'll probably just put them in a pile and pick randomly, and hope for the best. Oh shit. So that is my sewing. Hopefully I'll have these rows started to be sewn together next week. Hopefully. Reminds me, I have to write something down. I'm so sorry, you guys. Okay. Now on to the stitching. So here's my March Stitchy Madness board. I think when I left you, I was on day 22, and I was doing Spirits of the Dead, and that bracket was against Santa 2009. So I already showed you Santa 2009 last go around. So Santa went against Spirits of the Dead, which is by Modern Folk Embroidery. It looks like this. Excuse me. Oh. And I'm stitching mine on 32 count linen by Picture This Plus in Shale, using Silks for You in Winter Wonderland. So it's purple on purple, because that's my favorite colors. Favorite color, purple. So I got, how many stitches did I get? 316. So I did some border, and I started bringing up, I did, I wanted to finish that vase, but I couldn't. So I've got at least, or the flowers in the vase, I got at least half the flowers done and worked on some of the border there. For, like I said, 316 stitches, and Santa the day before had been 860 stitches, so Santa won and moved on to the next round. Oh, it's so pretty though. I love that purple. It's very, very, very slightly variegated. You can kind of see here. It's very slightly variegated. So that's gonna be put away for a while. And then we had my chatelaine Egypt garden versus my Dino Forest, which I'm gonna show you. I've worked on Dino Forest more since this round that I'm talking about. So the stitch count I give is not gonna be accurate. Because like I said, I've worked on it more. But it was chatelaine Egypt garden. That's my main. Oh, so pretty. I wish those pictures were bigger or closer up so you could just see how pretty it is. So pretty. And I'm doing it on 32 count. 32 count. Vintage Country Mocha. There we go. Even weave. Lugana? Oh. Big ass blanket. And I worked on, I was tired of working on the blue, dark blue, so I worked on this lighter color over here on the side. That's the back. Oh, let me refold it. It's like a blankie. Okay. It's pretty. I can't remember what thread that is over here. So I did this part. All of this, because I was really tired of working on that dark blue. That's the one thing about the chatelaines, the mandalas, so they're all sides are the same. So like you finish this side, and you have to do the exact same thing over here, and then here, and then here. So it's gonna get boring. This part was fun, because it's a new color, and it's pretty. Wood Pond? I think it's, is it Gloriana Wood Pond? Something like that. And I am still missing 2 Gloriana colors, and I cannot for the life of me find them. So I found a conversion online for one of the Glorianas to Dinky Dyes, which I'll buy eventually, and I couldn't find a conversion to the other color, so I'll have to just Google what color it is and pick a DMC that's close to it. I don't care enough to spend hours trying to hunt down a Gloriana thread. So that one was 238 stitches. And then I worked on Dino Forest from Owl Forest Embroidery. And like I said, what I'm showing you is not going to be representative of what I actually did that day. And I'm using the kit floss and the kit fabric, which is a 32 count. I forgot to mention that Spirits of the Dead is 2/2 and Chatelaine is 2/2 as well. And Down Forest is 2/2. Sorry guys, I'm really bad at that. Look how cute these little dinosaurs are. Look at the little T-Rex. Oh, I love him. Oh, okay. So, the day that this was up against the Chatelaine, I did... Chatelaine was 238 stitches, and Dino Force I did 256 stitches, so it moved on. That's why there's more progress on it, because I definitely did not do all of this on that one day. I can't remember what all I got done on the day. Some of it down here. Oh, I love them. I love that volcano. So from that round, sorry, I'm getting text. Down to Force 1. So then we moved on to the next round. The final four was Sea Witch, Perky Lion, Santa 2009 from Prairie Schooler, and the Dino Forest. So it was Sea Witch against Perky Lion. And I finished both of them on their days. So, excuse me. This is Sea Witch from Primitive Hair. Excuse me. Came out of nowhere. Supposed to say the Sea Witch on top, but I didn't want the words, so I just took those out and dragged the line over. And it's a good thing because I literally used the very last bit of my dark blue. I had absolutely none left. I would have had to order more and I would have been mad. But there she is. Look at the seahorse. I love him. So I just, like I said, I left the words off, brought this over, and then filled in just a couple random little white doodads to fill it in. I love her so much. I love the colors. I just picked from my stash. The green is Night Stalker's Calling, and the blues are Classic Colorworks. Shit. Yeah. And then the black is DMC and the white is DMC. But I just went through and picked a dark blue and a dark light blue I thought would work well together. And I'm really happy with how it came out. I love that shell. No idea how I'm going to finish this. No idea. And the fabric is 32 count Bronze Age from the Stitch Me. Although I'm looking to make sure I got that right. 32 count linen and Bronze Age from Stitch Me, 2/2. Yep, Classic Colorworks, DMC, and Night Stalker's Calling. The green is the Night Stalker's Calling. It's so pretty. So that that got finished it today. And then it went against Perky Lion, which is from Marrommy Designs. It's on 36 count linen and Pumpkin Pie from Stitch Me, 1/1. Night Stalker's Calling, Eternal Stench, also finished. And I mentioned last time that I was going to pull out one of his eyes and make it darker, and I did. Now, you probably can't tell, but I can tell. Look at him. I no idea what I'm going to do, how I'm going to finish it, but just probably frame it. But I just absolutely love him to death. Oh, he's one of my favorites. Oh, I just love his face. Oh, he's one of my faves. And that fabric always gets washed out. There it is. It's a bright, bright orange about there. Isn't he just fantastic, you guys? And that thread is so wildly variegated. Oh, I love it so much. So, because they both got finished on their days, I had to go back to the... They got finished. So I had to go back to the previous bracket and pick the winner of the losers, which was Wave. and move Wave on to the next round. But still on the final four. I then had Santa versus Dino Forest. And I finished Santa. 2009 Prairie Schooler Santa. It's on like 16 count Ada. I don't know what the color is. 2/1, just DMC. I didn't have the green it called for, so I picked a different green. And since I'm a Penguins fan, I made some of the red spots gold. Like the present's already gold. The inside of the puck's supposed to be red. I made them gold. That's supposed to be white. Made it gold. Made some laces gold. Just a little bit of gold. Can you hear my dog snoring? She stopped. Okay. So yeah, there's my Santa. That's the other Santa from old. That's the back again a while ago. I could probably squeeze in a third Santa over here. I don't know if I will or not. But there he is. There's the winner of... He's saying the winner. He's finished for that round. And he went up against Dino Forest, which automatically won because it clearly did not get finished again. But I did get 656 stitches in it. That's where a bulk of... Why do I keep showing the backs? The bulk of... The fabric was really small. So I had to sew fabric on some of the sides to make it go on my Q snap easier. But the 656 stitches are mainly the top here. The volcano, the stegosaurus, the rest of the tree, little doodads. I think those are carrots because they're supposed to be in like the orangey color and green, but it ended up being the dark part of the orange, so it looks more brown. Anyways, yeah, so 656 stitches. It definitely moved on. It was the only one left of, obviously Santa won, so Down and Forth automatically moved on. And then the final two, excuse me, are Wave and Dino Forest. So today I'll be working on my Dino Forest. And yesterday I worked on Wave. Spoiler alert, Dino Forest wins. Dino Forest is the winner. It will be worked on tomorrow for the last day as well because when I worked on Wave, I finished it. So that's 4 finishes for March Stitchy Madness, which is friggin' awesome. This is by Trina Mastakova from Fireplace Hobby. And I did it on 28 count Lugana from Kaylee 10 Stitch. Used just the DMC that was called for. And I absolutely love it. I messed up over here. I skipped a line, but I just improvised. But that threw it off. Like this is supposed to be one line out further, but I just evened it out and you can't tell. It still looks good. So I'm gonna get a white frame, white round frame for it. Oh, I love it so much. It's so washed out. It's the blues, the dark blue is so pretty, but it's washed out. Sometimes the whole thing's back, they get darker. But I love it. I love it so much. And I should have enough fabric left over on the side to do like a small one. So that's nice. I mean, not so good at placement. I should have really placed it over further this way and then have more fabric left over. I hate to waste fabric, especially beautiful Kaylee fabric. Oh. So yeah, so then Dino Forest will be worked on today. And it obviously wins the round because its Wave is done. So it'll be moved on to tomorrow. So today I should get a fair amount of stitching in. Tomorrow, I don't know, it's Easter. We don't do anything for Easter. We're not religious people. Easter is kind of just a throwaway holiday for us. It's a reason for me to get my kids and husband lots of candy and like little gifts. And we got to eat. I think my son's birthday was yesterday. So we went to Outback. So for Easter, we're going to go to Olive Garden. So at least I don't have to cook. Yay. What else did I work on? I did work on some things that weren't related to the Stitch Mania, like I did it for fandom stitching. Oh no, things aren't in their bags. Now they are. Alright, I worked on Fluff the Dragon from Marrommy Designs. And so happy because I finished, like, I don't think it's quite half of it, but I finished about half of them, almost half of them. And I'm stitching that 2/2 with thread dyed from Kaylee. It's long repeats of like a blue, gray, and brown. Wasn't that fabulous? I absolutely love it. Excuse me. And I'm working on 36 count Extra U design. It's a really loose, I just zip thread into the pouch. Really loose 36 count, so I'm doing it 2/2. I love it. I say a lot, don't I? So yeah, about half done. A little less than half. I think a couple more stitches that way and be half, but here's the fabric all together. I wish there was more yellow splotches in here. That's why I started where I did, so that I could have at least, I didn't want like this giant yellow splotch, but I wanted some yellow in it. That's why I started way over here and popped the star there, the quilt star looking thing. But yeah, so, but I should have this bit of yellow in there and then some of that blue. Oh, I love it so much. I love, she dyed me thread in this like brown, gray blues, short repeat and long repeat, and this is the long repeat one, and I absolutely love the long repeat. I love the big stretches of brown and the big stretches of gray, and then here goes brown, brown, gray, gray, brown. It's, I love it so much. So fun to stitch too. Miriam's designs are very fun to stitch. If you haven't done a Marrommy designs, I highly, highly recommend it. I know I have more of her, and her animals are my favorite. So I know I have more of her animals to get. But Perky Line is my favorite of her designs. And I've really, really been working a lot on 7 Colorful Birds from DMC for my son. I've really been like balls to the walls on this one. And I'm doing 2/1, 18 count Ada from Kaylee on Sunrise Shibori, just using the called for DMC. I'm saving the back stitch for last, and I'm doing the eyes are going to be beads. And I pulled out of the Q-snap to work on it, to move it over and work on another part of the birds. And I realized that I had the fabric is long. It's long and kind of skinny. I put my birds on it wrong. I started in the middle on the skinny side and not the long side like I thought it was. So I had to move it to the Nurge, which is not my favorite. I don't love the Nurge, but it has a much smaller lip. So I had to move it into that because literally my fabric ends right over here. Like, it's barely in there. You can't see, but it's barely in there. That's how close my fabric is. So and on the other side, it's maybe a tiny bit over more. So I have very little margin. But they do all fit on there, and it will be turned into a decorative pillow for my son. So it's fine. Doesn't need a huge margin. It'll be okay. But yeah, so I 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I haven't even started this bird yet because he's on a page break, so I'm leaving him for last. But yeah, there I am. Love this green tail. I mean, he's my favorite. He's my son's favorite too, but he's look at him. He's just adorable. He's my favorite. Though I do really like the blues on his tail. I mean, they're little birds. There's a lot of color changes in them, though. But once you get going, it's very addictive. Very easy to stitch. Very fun in the fabric. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this fabric. Gorgeous. It'll probably be a weird decorative pillow because I won't have very much margin on this side. But I want to have like a chunk of this fabric showing just because it's fun. So it'll probably be like wide and skinny. Tall, long, and I don't know. It's not going to be proportioned right. But he's not going to care. It's a decorative pillow and he loves birds. So. It was his birthday yesterday, and this was his birthday card I got him. He's still got it on the table. He just loves birds. And for Easter, I got him like a little tiny parrot Lego kit. Like a small little fun thing. Some candy. But anyways. Yeah. Ugh, I think I could finish the stitching part. The back stitching always, I don't hate back stitching, but it takes me a while. But like today, after I baking cupcakes for our Easter for my husband, cupcakes with the tiny Cadbury eggs, you freeze them and then you pop them in the batter and then you bake them. So then the cupcakes have a tiny Cadbury egg in them. I'm making those for him. But once I do that, I have to work on Dino, my Dino Forest. Like I have to put this down and work on Dino Forest. Okay, I lied. I'm going to finish putting in the pink because you can just see it's like little pink splotches. I'll finish putting the pink on this. Then I'll put it down. Nope, he's got pink, like a pink mohawk thingy. I'll do that. Then I'll start my dino. And that's it. That's all I've got for the stitching. Haul. I got my spring punch needle and Proto Stitcher magazine. I only like 2 things in it. Well, I like the punch needle. Look how pretty that is. I don't want to take a punch needle. I will not take a punch needle. That is beautiful. Gorgeous. Look at that one. Super, super cute. Love the colors. I suppose there's another punch needle in here that I really liked. But you're not here for the punch needle, and I don't do punch needles, so. Oh my gosh, just look how, guys, look how pretty it is. Just look how pretty. Oh. So I like Spring Sunshine from Jane Hicks Design, Jane Hicks of Jane Hicks Create. I like that one. I think that would be pretty modable for spring. I like the colors. And as soon as I saw it and laughed, I was like, yeah, a Spring Fling by Lisa Berbetti of Happy Cat Stitchery. Look at that freaking fat ass bunny, you guys. Yeah, I hate white. But I'm stitching that fat ass bunny. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. But that's it. I haven't been, I think the last 2 issues before this. Oh, that's another one that was really pretty. Look at that one. Punch needle. Oh. I just haven't been, like, this is my last issue, and I got the, you know, this is your last issue, resubscribe. I don't know if I will or not, because, like I said, I haven't really done, hasn't really been much in the last couple issues. I've wanted this issue, and it's fun to get in the mail, though. Well, you know, other than bills and mainly junk mail, it's fun to get a magazine in the mail. I have to think about it. I'm not sure. I mean, if I don't like them, I can always just give them away, right? And then that's all my haul. So life. Yesterday, my son turned 20. How do I have a 20-year-old? That's crazy. And then a week from now, my daughter will turn 19. My kids are a year, a week, and a day apart. We had my son's first birthday, and then I was packing my hospital bag for my repeat C-section with my daughter. It was crazy. I forgot how babies were made. After I had my son, I was tired. But yeah, so for his birthday, he wanted to go out to Outback, so we did that. Invited his best friend and his girlfriend, and they brought their baby, so I got to see the baby. She's gonna be 2 months soon. Oh, just so cute. My son, they call him Uncle Eli, and his goal in life is to be fun Uncle Eli. And there he is holding the baby. Too cute. Yeah, so we did that. He opened his presents. He got himself a gross Cold Stone Creamery cake. I only say gross because I don't like white chocolate, and he had white chocolate chips put into it. But it's his birthday. He can have what the hell he wants. And then my other kid's birthday is on the 19th, and she will be in school. Not the 19th. She'll be 19 next week. So I'm ordering her a Cold Stone cake that she can pick up there and eat with her friends. And then my husband and I will actually be there a few days later because she's getting an award for, oh no, what's it called? Some sort of leadership award through the college. Oh, I can't remember. Emerging Leadership Award? I can't remember. She's getting an award. So we're going down there for the day. It's like a late night award. And it's in Dayton, which is on the other side of Ohio. So we are going to go spend the night. So we'll see her and take her out for her birthday dinner then. She'll probably want sushi. And then, yeah, so that'll be fun. And then, like I said, Easter tomorrow. We don't do anything. I got my son some candy, a Lego thingy. I think I got him a small tool because he's a mechanic, so he's always wanting tools. That's it, really. Oh, so I just found out my son, he works at a local store here in town, like a hardware store. It's a Do It Best, and he works in the back on small engines. Sorry, those bitches. And they work. They're steel certified. So they're sending him to steel school to get some sort of certificate in June, and it happens to be in Cincinnati. And I was like, oh, great. I said, if they don't reimburse you, because they're sending him, I said, if they don't get you a hotel room, let me know. I'll book you a hotel room. And then as we were talking, I was like, oh, buddy, I have to go with you because you're only 20, and like no hotels will let you in unless you're 21. So he's like, oh, I was like, I know, you want to be on your own. Grown man, doesn't want his mom around. He's like, no, that's fine. I'm like, yeah, because I'll buy you dinner every night. But anyways, so I was like, oh, well, my daughter goes to college in Dayton, which is near Cincinnati, which, keepsakes. But it's far enough away where whenever we're out there, I'm like, I don't want to take the time to drive down there and then drive back and yada, yada. Well, my son's steel certificate school training thing is in Loveland. And that's like 15 minutes from Keepsakes. So I was like, awesome. I will drop you off one day, because he's there for 2 days. One day for your schooling. And I'll just go over to Keepsakes and like hang out and buy some stuff. And then I was like, wait a second. June. I think that's when StitchCon is. So I had to look it up. StitchCon, the first weekend, starts on the 6th. My son is going to be doing his school on the 4th and 5th. I was like, damn it. So I had to message my friend Lynn X Stitches Creates, because that's her LNS. And I said, do they close before StitchCon to prepare for StitchCon? And she said, no. I was like, awesome. Okay, I'm going to try sneak a visit in. I was aiming for the 4th, might be the 5th. He has classes on both those days, so we want to work. So, but she said, people come in early. And I was like, oh no, my probably going to be busy then. Oh, shit. I get nervous around people. So if you happen to be going to StitchCon weekend A and you're at Keepsakes on the 4th or 5th early, you might see me. I don't know I'm going to be there. I'm pretty sure I'm going to try really hard to overcome my anxiety. And look at me, shit, I'm like already anxiety swing. I'm going to try hard to overcome my anxiety and pop in and maybe buy something or two and maybe see some people. And if people had me sit around stitching, maybe I'll sit and stitch. I probably will. God, I'm such a fucking nervous wreck, you guys. Just thinking about it. I'll check to see if I wasn't sweating. Just thinking about it makes me nervous. Do you guys remember the Jingle Ball where I opened up a room and I heard talking and immediately closed it? I'm so anxious around people. But I'll be there. Unless they cancel my son's training and they decide to go a different time, I will be in the area on June 4th and 5th. So I'm going to try really hard to go to Keepsakes. Really hard. It's months away and I'm nervous about it. I think that's it for life. I found that out. We're not doing anything else. Stitching related. Let's see. April, nothing goes on in April. May, Stitch Mania. I don't know what I'm going to do for Stitch Mania yet. I went through and deleted a whole bunch of patterns off my computer, like PDF patterns that I'd bought or got for free that I was like, I'm never gonna stitch this. And I went through my paper patterns and took some out, put them in my, like, I call it my giveaway pile, but I don't have nearly enough giveaways to give away all those patterns. I should just put on Instagram like I used to do, like a stack of like patterns for like $100, just get them out of my house. But I think for Stitch Mania, I would kind of like to work through my smalls to mediums. It's like get those started. And then I do want to buy a couple of more Quirky Quakers because I miss doing Quirky Quakers and she has so many of them. I miss them. So I may splurge on a Quirky Quaker or two. Now the hard part is deciding which ones. Because like I said, there's so many. Okay, I think that's it. May, then June. Nothing in July. Oh, I didn't tell you guys, my parents, I don't know if they're dying, what's going on. They're just like, they've decided to take us on another trip. But this time it's just their kids. It's just me and my siblings and our significant others, no grandkids. We're going on a European cruise. We're gonna fly in October. We're gonna fly into somewhere in France, and then cruise out of Cannes, and then go to Barcelona, Ibiza, Sardinia, and then Rome. That sounds so like, I don't know, but yeah. So my parents were taking us on a cruise, and I'm so excited my husband gets to go this time. So yeah, I don't know what's going on with my parents, but I'm doing that in October. And yeah, so I'm just trying to think of plans I've got going on that might interfere with recording too, but nothing in the near future. So here we go, you guys. I really need to learn how to end this thing 2 years in. Thanks for stopping by. I hope you come back. If you did I keep calling it Starch Madness, March Stitchy Madness. I hope it went well for you. I'm so glad that I touched a lot of projects. Some obviously didn't get a lot. What was my lowest one? My lowest one was Baba Yaga. No. Black and Sky. I only did 117 stitches in Black and Sky. Baba Yaga 153. And so far, my biggest stitching day was nope, not Santa. Fluff the Dragon, where I did 912 stitches that day. That was a lot that day. So yeah. So, and then I finished 4 projects. So awesome. There's no way I'm finishing Dino Force, so 4 finishes for the month of March is pretty damn good. I'm very happy with that. And there's a couple, like if I pulled out my 2009 stand, I could probably finish that in a day or 2. But I'm not gonna. All right. So I hope you had a good March Madness. If you didn't do it, I hope you enjoyed watching other people's. I know I enjoy seeing people's March Madness. I actually need to catch up on Flosstube because I got sucked into another old British crime show. New tricks. I love old grouchy guys, so right up my alley. So I get sucked into shows, and like I'm a completionist, so I have to watch them all before I go on to something else, which means watching all that before I go back on to Flosstube. Speaking of finishing, if anyone's interested, I finished Baldur's Gate 3. I can't remember if I mentioned that. I already have my next run planned, my next playthrough planned with who I want in my group. But I have to wait for my son to get a new fan for his laptop because a fan died or something. And so, like, literally the day after I finished Baldur's Gate. So now it's not running Steam games very well. So that really looked out for me. So once he gets that fixed, I can start another one. All right, now I'm really going. Thank you for stopping by. I hope you come back and enjoy your Easter if you celebrate. Bye.